move on now to the last race, number 10, over the 1,200 metres, and they line up this way. Power kept at the top of the bookie, raced wide at his first start at Happy Valley. Street Scream, an extra £8 on that very smart last start win. Covefield placing was first up, but his second up record has seen him come back from the 1,400 to the 1,200. Magic Phoenix Blinker's first time. All Beauty has cheek pieces again. Winning Icy carries an extra £9 for his last start win. Mr Majestic, Happy Valley debut. Stradale was quick and away for Nigel Tiley in New Zealand. Won over the 1,200 at Pukekohe Park, and a lucky goal coming back in trip from the 1,400 metres of R10 to the 1,200 metres of Happy Valley. We've got a good tempo here, Tom, on the speed map. Maybe not quite as quick as the previous race, and we know Flying Bonus charges to the lead. Yeah, and he might set up a good strong tempo here for sure. His last one off 74. He's all the way down to 61 now, so he's very close to a class drop as well. And Victor Wong is riding Flying Bonus. Mr Majestic should get into a good spot, Paul, from his draw here. Mr Majestic, and then you've also got Stradale there, the newcomer with Magic Phoenix. Blinkers are on for the first time. I think those three all come across together. They've all drawn wide, and there should be a little bit of a gap there where Flying Bonus sort of takes off in front. So I can see those three getting a nice enough run. Street Scream won't be far away. He'll get a good run. Power Cap and Covefield, I think they'll go towards the back. All right, so that is a look at the speed map for the last race. One horse that comes into the race in absolutely wonderful form is Winning Icy, and his jockey is Luke Ferraris.
Luke Winning Icy has been in superb form. He'll go back to his favourite racecourse once again on Sunday. He must be looking forward to riding him.
Yeah, he's like you said, he's been in good form. He's obviously got the aid of a good draw, so hopefully he can continue that.
You say the good draw, of course, is one thing. The handicap has put him up another £9. I mean, the way he's been racing, it does look the type that might just be able to continue that trend. Yeah,
he's look, he looks like he's on the improve, and he's continuing to do that. His last win was impressive, and yeah, he looks like he's pretty good. So we'll see how he goes.
I guess from a viewer's perspective, obviously it looks impressive, but how did it feel in regards to the way he travelled, Luke, last time?
It was definitely much better than his first win of the season. He learnt a lot from his first run of this season, and travelled a lot better last time. So he's starting to do things better now, and continuing on that way, hopefully he can pick up another one.
It looks like a fairly competitive race. Obviously, Matthew Chadwick rides Street Scream, who's been in good form, and there's some nice horses in the race, but I guess you wouldn't want to swap yours for any of them, would you? No,
look, I've struck up a pretty good relationship with my horse, and like I said, he's got the good draw, and he's in great form, and Casper looks like he's got him going well, so it looks like he's in with a shout.
And that relationship with Casper Founds is obviously a fruitful one as well. I think you've only ridden for him maybe 8 times this season, but that's 3 winners.
Yeah, we've had a pretty good start to the season, and hopefully long may it continue.
Luke Ferraris there. He's not an overly big horse, Winning Icy, Paul, but it's hard enough to win 2 in Hong Kong, let alone 3 in a row, and he's aiming for 4 this week. He's finished into a really nice horse, isn't he? He's unbeaten this season. He's 2 from 2. He's a nice 4-year-old. He's got a good draw. He's drawn nicely in Barrier 2. I think he can win again.
I think he can win again as well. And what's been key to a couple of his winning performances, I think, is that he's been able to jump cleanly and be up near the pace. Sometimes in the past he hadn't been able to do that. So he's really been able to ping out of the gate well and get in good positions, which has really helped him. He's gone 123 when he won in Class 4, 133, and then 118 coming up in grade. So the 127, Tom, he should be able to cope with. Yeah, it's a little bit of extra weight, but I think he can do that, especially from barrier number 2. If it was a wider gate this time round with the C-course, I think it might be a different story. We stay at R10 on the replays now, Tom, and we've got Mr Majestic and Power Cap. He's had a start at Happy Valley since then. Had an excuse, he was trapped wide in that race. What about Mr Majestic coming to the city circuit? Yeah, well, he was good first up at 13 to 1 and then went round at 10 to 1 here and didn't get all favours in the straight. He wasn't going to win, but he was held up in the run, and he comes to Happy Valley here for the first time without a trial, Paul. Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Look, I'm going to give him a chance, though. I'm going to put him in because even though he's drawn 9, which looks tricky on paper, I just think with Lyle Hewitt's on the board, he's going to be ridden positive and he can get himself into a nice position. His wins in Australia over 1,000 metres at the Sunshine Coast and 1,200 at the Gold Coast. They're biggest sort of circuits, so it's hard to compare those track sizes to that of Happy Valley. Street Scream, Paul. If you can't knock Winning Icy's form, you certainly can't knock Street Scream's form at the moment. No, he's got to go in, doesn't he? And what a great run from him. He won really nice. He didn't give any of these horses a chance. He's drawn ideally in barrier number 1. He should get a perfect run, and he's another one going well. He's
won his last 2 in a row. He's on a hat-trick as well.
He is, and he did run some good races sort of right through last season without too much luck in some of those runs too, because he was caught wide, but he's drawn good gates recently. He had 9 when he won, and he was able to get into a good spot there, and then he had 3 last time out and drew right away from them.
Our next replay, Tom, is Compassion Spirit. Now, this is R10. He's going to love coming back to Happy Valley. 4-time course and distance winner, rating 49, 57, 59, 65. He's off 61 on Sunday.
Yeah, so he gets his chance here at the bottom of the handicap, £119 coming back up in grade. And he was beaten here by Perfect Peach, but I thought he fought on pretty gamely here. Paul only here to late. Perfect Peach has been racing in good form too.
Yeah, he has, isn't he? So he's barrier number 6. He should get a nice enough run, so he'll definitely get his opportunity.
All right, Keith Young with the ride for Manfred Mann. He comes up in grade Compassion Spirit this week. We move on now, Paul, to a next replay, which is All Beauty. This is a trial at Happy Valley. He's 1-for-1 course and distance. Cheek pieces on again, and he's got a good fresh up record too.
He has. So look, there's a lot of positives around this horse as well. From an inside draw, barrier number 3, I'm going to include him. I thought it was a nice enough trial. He was pushed out a little bit, so that he should come on from this trial.
Look, he was in his form line. He ran 6 to a Romantic Warrior. Of course, we know what he came out and did last season, of course. He's had a few issues, some lameness and some reoccurring back pain, which hasn't been ideal, but he's going well, I think, at the moment to run a race fresh.
One of the newcomers on the meeting is Stradale. Zach Purton rides for Jamie Richards. He has had 6 starts before arriving in Hong Kong. Since he's been here, Tommy's had the 3 trials, including this one at the Valley.
Yeah, and he won the trial by a length and a half, and he won a trial at R10 by 2 lengths, and Zach Purton's been on board for them all. Gate speed's been okay, had the trail in one of his trials, and the win on the all-weather was also pretty easy. Won it to Pukekohe Paul, and then was down the track in the size produce.
Yeah, look, his blinkers will be on, cross noseband and a tongue tie on for his debut run. He's 11.01 pounds. He's had the 3 trials as well to get him ready. So, look, he looks quite forward.
Forward enough to sneak in this week, or maybe wait a start or 2?
I'm just going to watch him first time here at Happy Valley. So, although he has trialled well, but no, he didn't quite make it in for me. I'm going to go with Winning Icy. I think he can win again. The horse is in great form at the moment. He's drawn nicely. He should get a really good run. Mr. Majestic will need a little bit of luck from his draw, but I think he can get across all right, and both his runs have been good. Street Scream, another one that's on a hat-trick. He's going nicely, and All Beauty with that good fresh up record. 6, 8, 2 and 5.
Yeah, I think Winning Icy can win again as well for Luke Ferraris and Casper Founds, number 6 on top of Street Scream, who's another one shooting for the hat-trick. All Beauty makes it in first up here, and I will throw in Stradale. Did wear the blinkers overseas, so it shouldn't be anything new to him here. Drawn 11, a little bit sticky for Zach Purton. So 6, 2, 5 and 9.